Yeah, Pete, the Prime Minister has just touched down in the past 40 minutes or so in regional Queensland at Longreach Airport ahead of a 4-day tour of the state with drought recovery, the key focus. Scott Morrison will begin by visiting Quilpie, which was the town he first visited just a week after taking the top job back in 2018. This week's tour highlights the importance of Queensland seats at the next election, which can be held any time after August. Another crisis which is never far from Scott Morrison's mind is COVID-19. Last night he held talks with European leaders about the COVID recovery and the vaccine rollout. On that call was Norway's Prime Minister, and this is significant because the country has reported deaths among frail elderly people who had the Pfizer jab. On this meeting, Scott Morrison said these meetings continue to be incredibly important to swap notes on the challenges of responding to this terrible virus and how we can work together to beat it. Pete.
Meanwhile, Eliza, it wasn't the only phone call the PM joined last night.
Yeah, that's right. In the dying days of the Trump administration, Scott Morrison has held phone calls with senior members of that administration, notably Donald Trump, not one of them yet, but he has spoken to the outgoing US Vice President Mike Pence while he was waiting to disembark that plane at Longreach Airport this morning. Also overnight, he spoke to the outgoing US Secretary of State Mike Pompeo. They discussed the enduring US-Australia alliance and as well shared interests in the Indo-Pacific. As well, the Prime Minister's office says they discussed transition issues, and the Prime Minister expressed his appreciation to the Secretary for the close working relationship that they had personally built. Pete.